This is word association with Rasmus Hojlund. Rasmus, here's how it's going to work. In front of me are a list of words or topics. I'm going to read them out and you're going to write on the whiteboard the first thing that comes to your mind. You ready for this?
Sound.
Okay, first one, the FA Cup final.
I think I spelled it correctly, but
Let's have a look. Memories, I like it. You have spelt it correctly.
Right.
Go on, talk to us about that day. What a day that must have been.
on a turbulent season, I think we ended on a high, and obviously winning a trophy in my first season as well, and the way we did it against Man City, and it was a good day.
Does that make it even more special? The fact it's against it?
Of course it does. It's the rivals in it, Manchester derbies, and these sort of things. So it was a good experience, and I have great memories.
Yeah, good word. Best moment of your career, would you say, so far?
Yeah, probably in terms of achievements.
Yeah, and a party afterwards. How did the party go afterwards?
That's why I wrote memories.
Clever. You can't reveal it.
Nah,
I like it. You had a good night anyway. Either way.
I did, yeah.
Okay, next one. Quite simply, Manchester United. Legacy.
Legacy.
I like it. Go on.
Yeah, I think the word says a lot about itself. It's a very, very big club, and has a load of history and a great legacy.
And of course for you, you're a Man United fan growing up, so to be playing for Manchester United, what is that like? Is it sort of realising a childhood's dream, so to speak?
I'm not going to say it feels normal, because it never will, but I remember I've sort of getting used to it. I've been a little bit more, like in the beginning it was very, very overwhelming.
Was it?
I was 20 years of age, and
Yeah.
I used to play with these guys on FIFA, and then all of a sudden you see these guys in the changing room, don't you? But now it's just, it's a bit more normal.
I love that.
So to say.
Yeah. So with that, you're saying when you signed 20 years of age, you're now wearing the number 9 shirt for Manchester United, playing up front for one of the biggest clubs in the world. What is that like? Do you feel the pressure of that, or do you relish that expectation, or is it a bit of both?
There's always going to be pressure anywhere you are. It's always going to be like this. I took the number 9 shirt because I wanted to prove myself even more, and I think I had a good first year, and now I just want to keep going and keep improving on my game.
Great stuff. Okay, next one. Living in Manchester.
Is it? Yeah, I'll just go on with it like this.
Let's have a look.
Rainy.
Rainy, okay. Is it rainy all the time?
More or less. You got it on a lucky day because it's very, very beautiful weather today, but normally it's very, very rainy. So
a lot of people that come into the Premier League talk about the weather. Obviously, I thought you'd reference the weather, but you must be used to the cold, though.
That's what I was supposed to say. I'm used to this in Denmark. It's more or less the same weather. Yeah. I would say a little bit more rainy here.
Is it?
You do get a few days where the sun is out in Denmark and Copenhagen, but here it's just
just raining a lot.
Stopping,
What's the best thing about living in Manchester, would you say?
Playing for United.
Great answer. That's a clever answer. The fans will love that. Perfect. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Just quite simply, I want to know, who is the GOAT?
Cristiano.
I thought you'd put that. Go on, tell us about your relationship with Cristiano and why
again,
for you he's the greatest.
No, again, back to, obviously position, but he's always been my idol since I grew up. Like you said before, I was a United fan when I was young, and first time I remember, like, you know, when you're young, you don't really get to understand, but the first year I remembered and understood football was the 07-08 season, and Cristiano was incredible that year, and that's where I started understanding football, and that's where I fell in love with both him and also Manchester United. I haven't met him yet.
You've not met him?
Not yet,
okay.
No. We're going to meet him in March, I think, in the Nations League quarterfinals, I think. Yeah. Portugal.
Wow, I thought you'd have met, and you'll be quite nervous when you meet him for the first time?
Oh, time will tell, but I'm probably will, yeah.
And in terms of toughest ever opponent, is there one player that's been the toughest that you've ever come up against, would you say, when we're talking about?
I'm probably going to go with defender. Obviously in the Premier League, I think the level of quality is very, very high. I think everyone is great, but I'm going to take somebody who we would probably not think about, and I think Acerbi from Inter is very, very good centre-back. Okay. And I played against Johnny Evans when he was in Northern Ireland, and I had a hard time against him as well. So yeah, them two probably.
Them two, I like it a lot. Okay, next up, Ruben Amorim. Passion. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, he's very passionate. He is. You can feel the hunger and the determination inside of him. I think everything he does is very of course, detail, but he really wants this to work, and yeah, you can see that every day he meets in.
What would you say has changed? Obviously we know about the formation change, but in terms of day to day and being around the place, are there any sort of little things that we might not know that you think he's changed since he's been here?
I don't know if I can say this, but like he moved the report time 45 minutes later, so we get a little bit more sleep in the morning,
so which
is nice. Yeah.
Okay. More sleep.
So, yeah.
And what's he like away from the pitch?
He's obviously very young, so you can relate a little bit more to him, because he's just. I think he's like 39, 40.
Yeah.
But he's still very, very mature and very, very determined, and I think he's a phenomenal coach.
And do you feel like with the formation change, that's something that will help you a lot in the position that you play ultimately?
I'm not going to sit here and compare the style of play before, but no. I think I've played this system, sort of this system, 3-4-3 in Atalanta, so I sort of know like the understanding of the position a little bit better, so it helps me a little bit.
I like this. Most underrated player at the club. To the camera, let's reveal. Ugarte, okay. Why have you gone with him?
I think you see now a little bit more now with the new manager coming in, how well he's been doing. I know obviously the results haven't been up to his performances, but I think he's been a standout player lately, and yeah, you see his quality. He's you sort of see like them workhorses. Yes, that's what I call it, like a workhorse. They don't really get the appreciation.
Yes, the work hard.
And I think, for example, like Ahmad has been doing amazing recently, so I couldn't put him down, because now I think he's starting to get his recognition.
Got you. Yeah.
But Manos has also been very, very good. And you start to see now. I think he's performing on another level. Yeah, you mentioned Ugarte then. You obviously mentioned Ahmad. How good's Ahmad in training and stuff? Because obviously he looks like he's taking his game to the next level this season. Yeah, I think I would probably write him down if like half a year ago, but now because he's starting to play and show himself even more. I think he's there, yeah, he's very good. He's doing well in training. He's been very hard working, especially when he weren't playing, and yeah, it's giving back now to him.
Next one. It's a bit random, this one, Rasmus, but stick with it. Yeah. It just says if you were stuck in a lift with one Manchester United teammate, so the lift's broken down, you can only be with one teammate, who would you pick? Straight in, by the way.
Mason.
Mason Mount?
Mason Mount.
Wow, that was a quick answer. Why Mason?
Because we have a good time together. I think me and him are very good friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, we arrived at the same time as well. I think we have a good connection, and I just think like he's also very cold-headed. Can you say that?
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean.
So he's very relaxed. So I would probably be more like hot-headed.
Yeah, okay.
So I need a little bit of
balance you out. Yeah. So you've gone with him for entertainment value, rather than helping you get out of the lift.
Yeah. Because I think, if it was live or death situation, I'd probably write another name, but.
Would you? So he wouldn't help in any way. He'd just be. He is a great guy.
Entertainment, yeah.
A dream teammate next.
A dream teammate.
So you could play with one player.
If I pick Cristiano, then I wouldn't play myself. So.
Okay. Clever.
Yeah. Gonna put the other guy then.
The other guy?
Yeah.
Lionel Messi.
Lionel.
So you've spoken about Ronaldo. Is this to keep them both happy? Yeah. Ronaldo v Messi debate?
Nah. I don't think they're gonna watch this. I don't know, but I think yeah. He has great vision, great player as well. Yeah. So make some nice runs in.
Are they the top
channel.
two, do you think? You've obviously mentioned
100%.
Are they quite
I grew up with
above?
both of them, didn't I? So I think I respect both of them, and I think Messi is also like the best player. But for me, also for the values and stuff, I think just Cristiano edges for me.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. Final question. Your ambition at Manchester United. So if you're finishing this sentence, my ambition at Manchester United is. Let's have a look.
Win everything.
Win everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Simple as that.
Yeah, I think everything I'm participating in, I want to win. So, yeah, like I said to you earlier as well, I think it's a tough position we're in right now. But again, it can turn like this, and we've seen how the results are in the Premier League. Yeah. We see teams going up and down all the time, and yeah, we're still in it for everything. We're still in Europa League, and FA Cup still on, so yeah, these sort of things I think we go for.
I love the ambition, the drive you had. Obviously you've already won the FA Cup.
But. Yeah, like it's always for me about doing more, and you got to realise where you are as well. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to win the Premier League, because it's not going to happen probably. But in terms of the things we're still competing for, and also in the future, I'm going to do my best, and the team as well.
I love that. And in terms of the long term, you mentioned, is there one, you said to win everything, is there one trophy specifically that would mean the most out of all of them?
Yeah, I think, yeah, obviously the Premier League, but Champions League for me has always been
the pinnacle.
Yeah, the pinnacle.
Love that.
Yeah.
Rasmus, love that. Really enjoyed it. All the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you, mate.
Top man.